Welcome to this radio channel, and we are taking a look, of course, as we are Monday, at the propagation conditions for the week to come. So, what's happening? This week in propagation? So, of course, we had some little solar wind gusts that it did trigger a minor geomagnetic storm on Thursday evening, but since then it's been rather quiet. And if we look at the K index here, K index is rather low. So here we go, K index staying below 1 and even zeros, and so we're pretty much zero these in the past few hours. That's good for propagation because it means that the geomagnetic field is rather quiet. What's happening is, and I know some of you guys are watching that that YouTube channel where the woman, has solar activity reports and all of that. And so what happened is a couple of days ago there was a flare. There was a C flare that occurred on the side of the sun, and it came from a region, and you see here that this region is kind of a little more active than the rest of the disk. Of course, it probably was a sunspot, but what's happening right now is if we look at the sun, we could see that little magnetic froth kind of here on the surface, which seems to be more of a decaying sunspot that's kind of disappearing rather than anything else. So we'll see. It's going to rotate a little more into view. Will there be maybe a small sunspot in there? But for now, it doesn't look like it. So, kind of a quiet condition, low solar activity type condition. Still, even though solar flux is low, the fact that there's no geomagnetic storming, rather quiet conditions right now, what's happening is that conditions are good. They're not the best they could be, of course, because a higher solar flux would be nice, but it is still good conditions. In the late afternoon here in northern hemisphere, late afternoon and evening has been quite good in propagation, honestly. So I think it's cool to turn on your radios, turn on your radios, and tune in to the different frequencies. Propagation is generally good. And of course, we could see there are limits. Anything that's in high frequencies doesn't necessarily propagate super well, but you got to live with it because in the next few years we'll be in solar minimum. There's been actually a solar minimum report, solar report kind of last week that I saw from I think it was NASA. And what's interesting is our solar minimum is actually approaching faster than we expected. So hopefully, if solar minimum arrives earlier, maybe we'll have the next solar maximum earlier also. Let's cross our fingers for that because I think it would be welcome. So enjoy what is rather good conditions in general. We're still in the peak summer conditions in the northern hemisphere, of course peak winter conditions in the southern hemisphere, and make sure that you tune around because there's a lot of stuff happening, and lots of DX. I've heard tons of signals on 40 meters, 20 meters, and there are a few signals that I always kind of check out for propagation purpose. KBS World Radio at 15575 for North America. When that actually comes in, it means conditions are not too bad. It's not been very good this summer, and it has a lot to do with the solar flux being low. Radio New Zealand 13840 is another little, kind of one of the signals that I check for. It's been a little weaker than usual in the past few days, but it's still there and still easy to listen to. So check out your propagation conditions, turn on the radios, listen to those signals, and we'll be updating this news as the week goes by. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.